Scanning for audio.
Bread of heaven, feed me now and evermore, evermore. Feed me now and evermore. Hello, welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. I thought I'd start off with a song. I know. Now, I'm often a little bit behind when it comes to my podcasting. I'm often playing catch-up, and to be fair, I'm still playing catch-up because of all the damage caused by having to review, TV Doctor Who. There's a reason I started off with that Welsh anthem, and obviously you know what it is. It's because I'll be reviewing Torchwood, the newest Torchwood, because I don't want to fall behind. Hopefully, very soon, you'll get to see some more stuff. Just bear with me 1 second. So, as you've probably guessed from that Welsh anthem, I'll be reviewing Torchwood. The latest one, number 87, is The Hollow Choir. Now this one is written by Malcolm Devlin and Helen Marshall, starring Kai Owen. Yes, we haven't had a Gwen story in about 700 years, but that's alright. You see, what we've got are people writing to their strengths. It's working. I mean, let's look at the synopsis, and then I'll have a chat with you about the beauty of soundscapes. There's always been something in the caves. Over the years, people have gone in and not come out. But that was a long time ago. They've been sealed for the best part of a century. 8 hours ago, something changed. 3 students somehow found their way in. Now time's running out to rescue them. Their one hope is a man called Rhys Williams, because somehow he has a map. Nice synopsis to what is basically a good story with possibly the greatest of all soundscapes from Big Finish, well, this year anyway. There hasn't been something this experimentally... No, the Lincolnshire Poacher was more experimentally audio. This is just... You know that thing where people talk about special effects on TV and they go, if you can see them, they're not as special as you think. Well, there's as much work going into these soundscapes as usual, but you can actually hear it. Because, and I do recommend you don't just put this on in the car while you're driving somewhere or while you're doing housework. Actually put on some decent headphones and then just let this story happen to you with sound, because this story takes place underground, in flooding caves, with earmuffs, I know, and a host of other things that just affect your listening pleasure. This is definitively one of the greatest pieces of audio drama to come out of Big Finish because of that, because of not just the construction and the narrative and everything that goes with every one of these Torchwood monthly ranges, but it's actually literally the soundscape. The world that you're dropped into feels incredibly claustrophobic because of the way it's presented to you. This is potentially award-winning stuff, because even the layman can go, no, I know what you've done there, and that took a lot of work. It almost sounds like it was, this is ridiculous, filmed on location, if that makes sense. Well, at least recorded on location. I think this works. Yes, some people are trapped in a cave, and it sounds a bit like a Lassie plot, but obviously it's not, because this is Torchwood. You know there's something down there. You know there's a couple of historically true bits of Welsh folk tale that they've milked a little bit in order to provide sustenance to this story, and they've presented us with a cracking story. And you know what? The fact that it's Rhys, that's all right. I can live with that, because Rhys is here because he doesn't want Anwen to be left without a mum. There's a way that he's got this map, and the map makes sense. And you know what? I just really was so impressed by this. You've got to take my word for it, because if you are an audiophile, this one's definitely worth tracking down and giving a go to. Genuinely. Yes, the narrative is a nice, tiny, small cast. And it does have that feeling of sort of one of those 999 rescue things, but that's all right, because that's what this is. This is a standard rescue thing. But what are they being rescued from? What's down there? What is calling? And there are sounds and noises that will stay with you far beyond listening to this. It is gorgeous to experience. I can't emphasize that enough. So go away and just listen to it. Let it wash over you. But like I said, don't just have it on in the car. Have it loud. And have it on your headphones. And trust me, you will not regret this. Here's the trailer and decide for yourself, and it'll give you a small taste of the sort of thing that you've got coming your way. Until next time, be seeing you.
From Big Finish Productions, Torchwood, The Hollow Choir.
What can you tell me about the cave? The whole thing was sealed. Rock fall way back in the 40s. Until yesterday. 12 hours ago, some sort of massive tremor seems to have opened up the system again. 3 students went down there. You've got much bigger problem than that on your hands.
I don't want to listen. I don't want to hear.
That singing. Whatever that is, it's getting worse.
I've heard that song before.
You do, don't you? It's in you too. It climbs inside of you. It makes a nest between your ears. I tried to fight it, but it's so beautiful.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Sometimes the dark is enough to be scared of all on its own.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Available on Spotify, iTunes, Acast, Stitcher, and wherever good podcasts are found. Get early access to content by subscribing to the Tin Dog Podcast YouTube channel. You can support the show at patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on Twitter @TinDogPodcast or email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. All of the things discussed are the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.